Okay, Charles, so we've got the opportunity to have an aerotow today.
Okay.
So, having looked at your logbook, you've done a bit of stalling. I think you're up to the stage where we need to start looking at some of the further stalling exercises.
Okay. Yeah.
So the one that I think would be good to do today would be the stalling speed increase in a turn.
Yep.
So the aim is to recognise that the stalling speed does increase in a turn, and the safety implications of that, and we'll discuss that as we go through the briefing. So you've done a bit of stalling. What kind of things do we need to look out for when we're stalling an aircraft?
Other aircraft?
Yeah, so we need to keep a good lookout for the aircraft. What else?
How high we are, where we are?
Yeah, so the range to the airfield. Yeah. There's a set of checks that covers quite a bit of this stuff before we go into it. Can you remember what?
They're the hassle checks.
Yeah. So it's height. And don't worry about these. I'll do these for you. It's not the aim of the game for you to remember these checks. So the height. So the height would be the height, given the range to the airfield, but also a height that it's safe to carry out these stalling manoeuvres. I'm happy to stall the twin Aster at no less than 800 feet above the ground. Are you, a gentle stall? Are you happy with that figure? Okay. So height, airframe. We'll check the speeds on the placards before we do the exercise. Straps, security. So we need to be strapped in, and we need to make sure that everything in the glider is secure. That the batteries are, they're fairly heavy bits of kit. So we'll just make sure that they're strapped in properly, and that there's nothing loose that's going to interfere with our flight. Lookout and location. So when you've done these before, you've probably done some clearing turns.
Yeah, some S turns.
Some S turns, yeah. So we'll kind of turn probably not less than 90 degrees in one direction, and then the same in the other direction, and make sure it's clear all around before we do this. And location, what's that mean to you?
Just that we're not over towns or anything.
Yeah, any built-up areas. But as we get lower, I guess we probably don't want to be stalling over, even small villages and things. So we need to, just make sure we're clear out of the way of scaring anybody on the ground, let alone ourselves. Great. So the exercise itself, then, we're going to do a straight stall. And that's going to calibrate our straight ahead, straight, gentle 1G unaccelerated stalling speed for the rest of the exercise. So stalling the glider straight ahead with the wings straight and level. Oops. And I want you to tell me, your job is to tell me the speed that we feel the buffet, the initial burblings of the buffet.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Which you'll have recognised when you've done stalling before into twins. Just to clarify, it's me that's going to be flying this exercise.
Okay. Yep.
You're going to have a go at the end, but we'll discuss that in a second. 20 degrees, so a really gentle angle of bank, something like that. And again, your job is to call out your speed on your RSI when you feel the buffet. 40 degree angle of bank. We'll compare these, see what it looks like. Again, your job is to call out speed, and then 60 degrees, which is really very steep. It will feel really steep when we do it. Can you think of a situation, especially when you're close to the ground, where you need to turn really steep?
Maybe after a launch failure?
Yeah, if you need to manoeuvre to get into reasonable landing area after a launch failure, we might end up turning quite steep. So what we're going to be looking at during this exercise is the fact that the stalling speed does increase a lot when we're turning really steeply. We'll find out what the speed is when we go and do this. But the safety message that I want you to take home from this is that if you want to turn at a really steep angle of bank, then you must have plenty of speed to do it.
Okay.
If you don't, the glider could stall, and what might that lead to if you're in a turn?
Maybe a spin.
It could be, yeah. So that's the kind of the main message to this. You can have a go as well. This is quite a challenging exercise for me to do, so don't worry about doing the whole lot. Maybe have a go at just the medium turn, stalling at about 40 degrees in the middle there.
Okay.
It's quite difficult to stop the glider rolling more than you want into the turn. The advice is just keep the angle of bank constant and keep the string in the middle while you're reducing the speed.
Okay.
But I'll talk you through that. As I say, the main point to this is that you go home with this message, but there's no harm in you having a go at it.
Okay.
Alright, shall we go fly?
Sounds good.
Let's go. Okay, so here we are in a single seat motor glider. You'll have to imagine that Charles is here and I will call out the speeds for him. Height is sufficient. Airframe, we know the speeds. Strap security are good. So let's look out in location. We're not over a built-up area, not in control airspace, and we're having a good look around for other aircraft. Both ways. There's a motor glider below us down there, so we'll just make sure that we stay out of his way. Okay, first of all we're going to stall the glider in level flight, and I'd like you to tell me, Charles, the speed that you start to feel the buffet. We're going to slow the glider down very gently, about 1 knot per second. It's in miles an hour, this ASI, 1 mile an hour a second. I can just start to feel the first burblings of buffet there at about 45 miles an hour. Okay, to recover, move the stick forward, regain speed, and turn back to the normal attitude. We're going to turn at about a 20-degree angle of the bank, and once again, once again, Charles, I want you to tell me the speed that you feel the first burblings of that buffet at. Keep the string in the middle, or the pole in the middle in this case. Keep the bank angle constant. Just start to feel the first burblings there, and it's a very similar speed, maybe 1 mile an hour more. So to recover, move the stick centrally forward, regain speed, and then return back to the normal attitude. So I'm going to turn the glider at 45 degrees now, out there. Once again, tell me the speed that you feel the buffet. A little bit more G this time. It's about 40, so I should say 40 degrees. There's some buffet. Drop a buffet there, you can probably see it on the camera. That's 51 miles an hour this time. So quite a bit more than the previous 2 stalls. So to recover, once again move the stick centrally forward, regain speed. Nothing dramatic about it. And then once again, we're going to speed up a little bit this time. We're going to turn really steep this time. So this is 60-degree angle of bank. I want you to tell me the speed it stalled at this time. Quite a lot of G this time. Keep the string in the middle, bank angle constant. There's the buffet, and that's nearly 70 miles an hour. Over 70 miles an hour, we've still got the buffet. Look at that high rate of descent. Once again, to recover, we move the stick centrally forward, gain speed, level the wings, and return the glider back to the normal attitude. So, the take home hopefully from that, vlogs, is, or Charles in this case, is if you want to turn really steep like we were doing at the end there, then you must have the speed to do it. And in this case we needed over 70 miles an hour to achieve that turn safely without being very close to the stall. So if you want to turn tight, you must have the speed.